Okay, welcome back to another video. So, we're now watching Mystery Hunters. And then, just like regular rants.
Discovery Kids, it's really, really real!
Today on Mystery Hunters, we're on the trail of supernatural creatures. One predicts death.
The other warns of disaster.
I'm going to Ireland to hear the scream of the banshee. When she screams, people who hear her say someone they know dies.
I remember, like, watching this, and I was, like, somewhere in Scarborough, like in Warden area. I was in this brand new house. There was, like, a staircase. I watched this episode. The very next night, I heard a scream. And I was like, was that the scream of a banshee? I went to school the very next day. People started leaving. People started changing schools. I think that's also what people want to ask me, or if, like, it probably is. You know, it's like, why did I go from kindergarten and then in grade 1 I changed schools, came back in grade 3 to Glet Hill, changed schools in grade 7, changed schools in grade 8, like, went to high school, and, like, I changed school. It's like, why are there so many you changing school, but then also so many people were leaving? And then it is really interesting, like, if girls had a crush on me. I was that kid that got chased by Kelly Bay at recess. And then it's like, oh look, Nikki, and then Kelly Bay has a crush on him. And then this person doesn't like being chased all the time. This person would rather hang out with boys. But then the boys he's talking to starts changing schools. It's because I knew this, like, my father always blew cigarettes on the homework to make a crazy, crazy statement.
This awful sound, which I knew wasn't a human sound.
And next morning, somebody was dead.
I'm headed to West Virginia, where people have reported seeing a terrifying part man, part bird.
I'm going in there to check it out.
Whoa, what's that?
And we've all seen TV psychics predict the future.
Don't worry about the vase.
But how did you know?
Doubting Dave shows how you too.
How does Doubting Dave get her hair like that? From static electricity. So you ever go to the museum, Royal Ontario Museum, or just a museum? You have static balls. Basically, if you rub, like, wool on wool, it creates static because the wool wants to hold itself together. Then your hair, if, like, you rub it against a balloon, wants to hold itself together, so that when you release the balloon, your hair starts standing up. And they have static balls where it's like, it has that effect as if you, like, rub your hair on a balloon.
You can pretend to be psychic by reading people's minds. This is Mystery Hunters.
So, like, I once had a French class with Mr. Shidimu. And so there's a rug. So I'm walking on the rug with my Velcro shoes. This was before shoestrings came out. Shoestrings came out when I was in 2002. Before that, we had Velcro shoes. And then some people had Heeley shoes, where, like, you would just lean back on your heel and it turns to rollerblades and it lights up. And then, in terms of, like, static, I'm walking by these rugs, and then the rug rubs against the shoe. And then so when I'm trying to brush by Wingish, I then try to push her chair in. I touch metal, and then it shocks us. Or, like, I touch her skin, and then it's gonna shock us.
went to Ireland to investigate a very special type of ghost. She's rarely seen, but her cry strikes the fear of death in people who hear her.
So, I'm going on a little rant for all my subscribers. It's like, so I was walking a little bit too fast, right? So that impressive chess gameplay doesn't catch up to me. So I throw out my shoulder blade because I'm swinging my arms. So my shoulder blade hurts, and I don't have the best science and technology. I don't have a gaming chair. I don't have a logistics computer. So I'm like hunching over too much to play RuneScape. Will I quit RuneScape? It's just like, it is like something that's on my mind. Because 200 million, it could be satire. It could not be. It is really possible. But like 99 is 13 million. So a second 99 is 26 million. Third 99 is... So I'm like envisioning it. And I'm like, if I were to give back to RuneScape, you know, I would go to Karamja, get 200 mil fishing, and then that would be enough for 200 mil cooking. But then, like, I'm just trying to decide if it's like satire. Like, that really matters to me. If it's satire, this 200 mil thing, then like I would not pursue it. Things have changed recently, where I went on MSN and something came up and said, download and play chess. It's interesting to me because now it is just so satire. Or at least like it's really heartbreaking to see people that play chess for so long, because it's a one-on-one tournament and the stakes are high, your heart is almost forced to beat 3 times as fast. And I just think it will always be there. And then it's like, when will I admit that the setup is all the same? Because then, like, every game I try to play, I just try to change it up. But then it's like, when will you admit it's probably just E4? It is E4. Why won't you just admit it's E4? Because then, like, it's kind of like technical difficulties. Like, I would be the first to admit it's always the same. You know, I have that personality where it's like, if it is always the same, then it's always the same. Well, then, look, it is just always the same. So it's just so interesting that, like, when you play chess, your heart is almost forced to beat 3 times as fast. So then when would I play chess? Probably never. Or, like, surprisingly, like, and then if 200 million in RuneScape is satire.
For the next day. After that, more and more people said they saw the creature. It seemed to be showing up everywhere.
This is a really interesting one. Mothman. What's also really interesting is whether or not Kurt Cobain faked his death. Like, if Tupac faked her death, if Biggie faked her death, if Michael Jackson faked her death. Because why? Because, like, XXXTentacion, did she fake her death? Did Juice WRLD fake her death? Because why? Because I also even contemplated faking my death in a news publicity. So then I'm like, are these people just like even more like me in that way? Because I'm imagining myself, wow, I'm a little bit, people are expecting me to drop music. And music is also kind of competitive. Like, you know, a song comes out, it's like they want me to remix this song. So then it's like, okay, what if I just fake my death? But then I don't, because then I just come back and I'm like, there's no point. So then I'm now in, like did Tupac fake her death? Because then that just means that person is like super introverted. And it's so possible to fake your death because you're super introverted. So it's like so hard to guess. So then I don't know if people fake their death.
I could hear the flopping of the huge wingspan, you know, and I thought that it was just going to pick me up and and fly away with me. I thought my life has ended.
People started calling it the Mothman after a character from a comic book.
Can you tell me where you saw it?
In the TNT area.
The TNT area. There used to be a weapons factory here. Toxic chemicals from the old factory still contaminate the mud in the swamps. Could chemicals have turned an ordinary bird into some kind of monster? This is where Marcel...
There's like some weird light at west in Toronto that's lit up orange. And that is not a construction light. No one would like climb up there and turn that light on. I bet that's Mothman. It is by like a Catholic church, like mass Catholic church. The orange light, just like on the top of the crane. And so like, yeah, it's like, it's fun to also guess like what inspired me. Apparently people can tell Mothman. I really like Mothman.
Ella Bennett saw the creature. Let's see if he's still hanging around.
Scary Saturday Night Sleepover will be back on Discovery Kids.
It's Halloween.
Okay, so like, here is what people need to understand. Here's something you can take with you. You don't know how scary Halloween is. I bet you don't. I am looking at your demeanor. You walk around thinking like Halloween is not scary, and it's so scary that you don't think Halloween is scary. I just can't believe like there are people that don't think Halloween is scary. So when I was a kid and I was sitting in this house, it was all orange and yellow. I sat there watching my TV, and it was like a Mystery Hunters episode or a ghost scary film. And I told myself to be brave. I'm not going to be scared. Ding dong. Someone rung the doorbell. And then my mom was in the kitchen. But even though my mom was in the kitchen, I sat there in the living room. It's Halloween, 8:30 p.m. Someone rung the doorbell. I'm not even celebrating Halloween. So like the neighborhood, it's like a Chinese neighborhood. No one celebrates Halloween, so there's no jack-o'-lanterns, there's no candy to give out. The whole neighborhood is black. It's either someone is really like subconscious, so they're like, I'm just gonna knock on random doors, thinking these doors are celebrating, or this person is deliberately a psychopath. So then, that is my experience with Halloween, and then I celebrate Halloween because I'm a white person. So then, I dress up as Spider-Man. And then my mom was putting on these little capes for other people. So then I have a cape, and then my mom like is a seamstress, so she's making like just bootleg capes. But you know, we're kids. What's cool about being kids is because you're not supposed to complain about clothes. So my mom makes me some weird fabric paper mache cape. So I love it. I have some bootleg Spider-Man mask, but I love it. It's probably just like drawn on it. Like, but like we're kids, right? So like, you're not gonna complain about clothes as a kid. So then, I remember walking as Spider-Man, and at a corner, I'm just like seeing all these other people with really cool costumes. And then the idea hit me. It's like, it's way too cold to be dressed up as Spider-Man. Because then people are wearing winter jackets. Have you guys noticed when people start wearing winter jackets on Halloween? So then I was like, it was never like this. I'm now wearing a jacket and my Halloween costume. So then when I knock on the door, it's like, you either say trick or treat. They can perform a trick. Hey, trick or treat. They said, here's your candy, psych. Or they just give you a treat. So normally people just give you a treat. I say trick or treat, and I got a trick. Here's your candy. Nope. And then they close the door. I went trick or treat, and I got some candy. Just besides the point, you're always supposed to crack that candy. I once went home, I opened the candy, and there was a razor blade inside. But like, that's besides the point. Throughout the years, last year, it was October 30th. I was walking around, people are getting ready for Halloween. I didn't know how to tell my mom, can I move back in for Halloween? And then like, you stay up all night, and then I just hide under the covers, and then ding ding, if someone's like trick or treat, you answer or not answer, but I do not want to be involved in this weird black or orange thing. So then I'm walking around, and I'm reading people's demeanor, and I am scared how you are not scared of Halloween. Like, Halloween is so scary, dude.